Hey guys, I'm Dr. BJ Hardick. We're talking about digestion right now in MaxLiving, and I want to talk about some things people can do from a perspective of vitamins and supplementation to promote the best digestion possible in your body. Now, I will say by starting out, ultimately, I do believe that God designed the body to digest foods on its own without a lot of help with additional supplements and additional vitamins. However, we have often gotten to a point in our lives where we realize that we've had years and years of horrible diets and we've destroyed the gut, or we have other complicated problems in the body that can interfere with digestion. And there's no question that there are certain natural products and natural perspectives that can help your body digest your foods as best as possible. And I want to talk about 5. Now, they're not the only 5, but I do feel these are ones that we can focus on and ones with which I do believe a MaxLiving approach will help you. The first thing is this. I want to talk about probiotics. We've been talking about probiotics a lot this month. Do understand much of the digestion in your body occurs as a result of you maintaining healthy bacterial flora. Now, one of the issues that happens for people is through our lifetimes, everywhere you look, there's antibacterial soaps, there's antibacterial shampoos. Many of us for many years, we may have consumed an excess of antibiotics, and we've had a weakened resistance ourselves. We've now deplenished our own colonies of healthy bacteria, because when we take something like an antibiotic, sometimes it can wipe out all the bacteria, not just the nasty ones. So therefore, it's very important that we're always working to improve our levels of good bacterial colonies in the body. And that's where a probiotic can be helpful. If you look back through centuries, cultures all over the world, they included probiotic-laden foods to make sure they were constantly getting those healthy colonies in the body. But again, if you can't do it all through foods, sauerkraut, kimchi, kombucha, kefir, all these other ways of doing even healthy versions of yogurt, definitely getting in a good probiotic would be a wise idea, because that will help break down your foods and help your body digest, to put it very, very simply. So probiotics are key. One other thing to look at would be enzymes. And this becomes very, very topical when people have difficulty digesting certain foods. Now, the first thing I would say is this, is if you are listening to your body, if your body's working as well as it possibly can, and at the end of the day, that's the whole purpose of applying the 5 essentials, is to let your body work as best as it possibly can. But if you're letting your body work as best as it possibly can, you really should listen to your body, because there might be certain foods that you just do not do as well with. It's very interesting, because people can go out and they get all types of food sensitivity testing, and sometimes the tests might not even match up. There's a lot of debate as to just how valuable food sensitivity testings actually are. But ultimately, you want to be able to listen to your body to determine, do I even digest certain foods better than other foods, instead of having to just do the lab work on it. What is interesting, though, is that if somebody's having difficulty breaking down any sort of food whatsoever, that's where taking various forms of enzymes may play a role. Now, there's different types of enzymes. There's enzymes that break down protein. There's enzymes that break down fat. There's enzymes that break down carbohydrates. There's pancreatic enzymes as well. So looking at an enzyme, if you're having difficulty with digestion or if you're going through a healing phase, there's certainly nothing wrong with that. But you want to get to a point where you don't have to take enzymes, because your body produces its own enzymes, and that should be breaking down the food. One great combo, if you look at these two, there is a product through MaxLiving called MaxGI that has high quality probiotics, including billions of colonies, plus a variety of enzymes. This is much like taking HCl, hydrochloric acid, basically, if you're having difficulty breaking down protein. But again, remember, what starts the process of digestion in your body? Chewing. Your teeth are in your mouth. They're not in your stomach. So chew your food. That helps stimulate the process of digestion to hopefully be able to not have to take enzymes for too long. But again, MaxGI is a great option, or you can just do a probiotic on its own or an enzyme on its own. And MaxGI also has some other essential oils and things that play a big role in digestion. L-glutamine is a biggie as well. Years ago, I was dealing with severe mercury toxicity, and I had a really just torn apart digestive system, which people come to know as leaky gut, which also can play a role with digesting certain foods, and you can have a lot of food sensitivities. One of the issues with toxicity is we do find that toxicity can play with your hormone levels, specifically melanocyte-stimulating hormone, which actually doesn't line, but it plays a role in the regeneration of the gut, the lungs, and the sinuses. So if people have hormonal issues or if they've dealt with toxicity issues or they have a leaky gut type of problem, taking glutamine is very, very important, because it is one of the essential amino acids that can play a role in rebuilding the gut. It's used for energy down there as well. So do consider L-glutamine if there's a difficulty with the digestion as well, and you're going through this healing phase. Probably not something people need to take forever, but something that can be done in the healing phase or cyclically. And then we could also look at something like fiber. Now fiber, most of these are talking about supplements. Fiber really you would be getting from food. There's soluble and insoluble fiber. Sometimes people are very surprised just how much fiber is in certain foods. Asparagus has fiber, avocado has fiber. There's fiber in certain foods that you might not expect. It just doesn't have to be something rough like raw broccoli. But you want to make sure you're getting in fiber to help obviously push food through your system. But I will say there is a caveat here. If somebody has an inflamed bowel, maybe because they have other things going on, sometimes more fiber is actually more difficult on your system. So the solution is not always getting in more fiber for everybody. But in many people's cases, adding things, even in a supplement form, like a supplement that would be of, say, psyllium husk, or just a good fiber supplement that can be of benefit to you. Also things like, flax plays a big role with getting, it can provide a lot of fiber as well. And then I also want to talk about magnesium, because magnesium does help, essentially relax the musculature at both skeletal muscle and smooth muscle as well in your body. Most of us now, just because of oxidative stress and subluxation and poor diets and sitting too much, we're just all dealing with muscular tension everywhere. And that does play a role on the smooth muscle of the gut. So I have always seen personally that if somebody's having difficulty, say with constipation, or having difficulty, with mainly constipation, but other digestive processes as well, you do want to look at fiber or magnesium, or sometimes a combination. Remember, different people respond different ways. The other one that's not listed here if somebody's dealing with constipation would be vitamin C. Typically adding fiber, magnesium, or vitamin C can help play a role in improving your digestion if you deal with constipation issues. But magnesium is a biggie if you have difficulty with elimination. When you do look at these, you can look at these on their own, but I would also say, and this also gets back to my own personal experience as well, both of these would be contained in the MaxLiving Detox product. Which actually gets more, in my opinion, for some people, to the root cause. Not just looking at what supplements can help you digest and eliminate and absorb nutrients, but maybe why do you have this problem in the first place? And that's why I think something like looking at a detox on a regular basis is such an important thing to do. Looking at, are you getting the right nutrients that you need from food? Are you taking good care of your spine? Are you sleeping enough? Is your mindset healthy? Are you getting enough fitness in your life as well? So this is a good starting point for just about everybody. Remember, it's very, very biologically unique, but I hope this gives you a good starting point. And if you have more individual specifications or needs, make sure you check with your incredible team in your MaxLiving clinic.